feelings all inside and they would fade away. By the seaside, walk the beach, I will call out your name. You look over and for a moment the world would just stand still.
What's up everyone, welcome back for another video. Today we're going to talk about my 300 Blackout build. So what's up everyone, welcome back, thanks for joining. If you're not subscribed, hit that button. If you are not following me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram because I'm kind of shadow banned on there. I don't know if it's technically shadow banned considering they told me they weren't going to push my content anymore, but go follow me on there because you know how things go. But today we are talking about this sick build that I just kind of finished. Pretty hyped about it. It's pretty cool. Let's get into it. So I don't know if we should do it, that's pretty hot still. Let me get a glove. All right, we're gonna work down this one kind of Grand Thumb style, tip to butt. First off, Dead Air Sandman S. I do have a video kind of talking about that one. If you want to go check that out, I'll link that up in the top corner. Go check that video out. It's kind of cool. Moving on to the gun. This is an empty mag, by the way. This came with the can, and kind of cool for this build. This is a Dead Air muzzle brake, basically for 30 cal. So on my AR, I actually got a flash hider that I had to get for the correct pitch, thread pitch for that, but standard 30 cal muzzle brake there. Moving back, the upper, there's not so much going on with this. This is a BCM 7-inch upper. They might still be doing it now, but on their website, if you go on their website, they are running a deal that they include a free bolt carrier group with that. So I would go take advantage of that if you're considering BCM. Go take advantage of that because free bolt carrier group, and they make some pretty good stuff. Then charging handle, I forget which one I added on. It's the non-ambi one, so you do have to grab it from that side, not that side, but pretty good. No complaints about it. I didn't really see the need of having an ambi one for myself right now. If I ever want to upgrade, it's a pretty simple, cheap-ish upgrade to do, so not a big deal there. So the little nub here, this used to be a Strike Industries like hand stop thing that I had cut down, turned into this little nub right there just so I have a nice point to grab there all the time, because it is a short rail. So like I said, the barrel is a 7-inch barrel, so basically my hand takes up the entire thing, so it's nice to have a nice spot to grab every time, just so you don't grab a little too far, possibly grab the suppressor that's like super hot, which was not a good time.
Gonna have a bad time.
And for the optic, we do have a Holosun AEMS up top. So kind of went back and forth on a bunch of different stuff to get. I kind of had analysis paralysis and was looking at about 7 different optics at the time. And then I just told myself, just buy one, shut up, you'll be happy with it. So that's why we ended up with this. I was considering a Vortex UH1 for a little while. It's pretty cool. I like the looks of it, but battery life, not crazy about the idea of that battery life on that. And then the other thing I was considering was the SIG Romeo 8H, not to be confused with the 8T, which from my understanding is the same exact thing. It just doesn't have that whole metal cladding over it for the extra like strong duty use or whatever. Holosun AEMS or AIMS, pretty good so far. No regrets on this purchase. I did buy a complete upper. This was my first build, so I wasn't too sure of myself dealing with like gas blocks and stuff like that and barrel head space and all that stuff. So I did just buy the complete upper. The lower was a strip lower. I got all the parts, put that all together. Actually not as hard as you would think it is, just some small pins and springs and stuff that you gotta just make sure you don't send across the room. So we will go down the build list of this section now. So the lower on here is the Sons of Liberty Gunworks. I don't remember the actual one, but Big Tex Ordnance was running a deal. They had blem versions of these, and the blem is actually this little like spot on here. I'll get some better video or whatever for you guys, and I'll put it as some B-roll on the screen. The blem lower was on at a little bit of a discount, so I kind of like that it had the ambi bolt release here. So if you check it out, you have your bolt release in the normal spot there, and then you do have the ambi right there. So was kind of excited about that. That's why I went with this one, and it was on sale. Talking about the lower parts kit on here, this is where you could kind of get pretty far into the weeds and spend lots and lots of money on the rest of the stuff. So I did just go with a Sons of Liberty Gunworks lower parts kit. This does have built-in like integrated trigger guard, so I didn't need that part. So it came with mag release, bolt release, safety, detent pins, you know, the normal stuff. Then I did have to figure out how to make the ambi bolt release work, but that came with the lower parts. Wasn't too bad. Threw some Loctite on the little screw there, and so far so good. No complaints there. Then moving on from there, the trigger on here is a LaRue MBT2S. Did the flat face. If you look at it, it is a pretty nice trigger. There is a little bit of travel there. Not much travel once you hit the wall. Then reset. You do have reset, and then it does bounce you out a little bit, but once you hit that wall right there, very, very small travel, and it goes bang. Some people complain that the trigger shoe itself is a little too wide, but honestly, it has zero effect on me. I enjoy it, and thumbs up. So moving back a little bit more, B5 Systems grip. As you see, it's a little bit more vertical than like a Magpul that has a little bit more slant to it, which I figure since you have a little short guy, you want your hand a little more vertical than canted because it's not as comfortable. So just grab it and you're right there. So went with that because I also wanted something a little bit different. I like the looks of it. I have a Magpul on my other rifle and no complaints with that. Just wanted something different. Then moving back to some other parts here. So back here you have a BCM end plate. So this does have a QD mount for a sling. Don't know where the rifle is with the sling right now. Hold on. So the end plate does have a QD mount for the sling. If I could grab this the correct way here. So you could go right in the back of your end plate right there. You have there. Then your other end. This BCM actually came with the upper, which is a nice plus because I don't have to buy that part. Put that right on. So you have options now. So you have, get it nice high and tight. You do the back mount, looks pretty good. The only thing, especially with the brace extended, it's kind of tight to your arm over here. So just gotta kind of remember to loosen that, and then you could. Pew. So with the end plate, then the castle nut. That's where I kind of start to say that it doesn't really matter what you get. Obviously, you can go into the weeds, get some really expensive stuff, overly expensive stuff. I went with BCM because it's a BCM upper. Plus, I do like the QD mount for the sling. That was a nice plus. So you have a little bit of options. Just use a standard mil spec. It makes no difference really. And then your castle nut could probably do the same thing. It is just metal and threads. So is it the end of the world? I don't think so. I did go with Forward Concepts Design, which is one of the ones that are a little bit, could be a little bit higher into the weeds, more expensive, but did like the design of it. Kind of matches the lower a little bit more. I don't know. Just pick one, just go with it. Then the other thing that I don't think really matters is the buffer tube system. There could be like little bits of deviations between different brands and whatnot, but obviously you still have like that mil spec where everything is supposed to fit together properly. So buffer tube, I did BCM also, just because BCM quality. The buffer weight is Expo Arms H2 buffer, and the spring is a Springco. So as you see in the footage, this thing runs no problem suppressed. With subs, when I take the suppressor off, there's not enough back pressure. I believe there's not enough back pressure to fully cycle the bolt. So we did have a failure to feed, but it hasn't happened before today. I haven't shot this gun that much, but it hasn't happened before today. Last time I shot it unsuppressed, I didn't have issues with it. That's shooting subs. I'm sure if I shot supers out of it, there might not be any issue about that, but is something to consider. But H2 buffer and spring runs subs, no problem. 220 grain subs, cycles, no problem. Going back to suppressor, this is the looks of it with the suppressor on it with the Sandman S. Like I said in my previous video about the Sandman S, I wanted black. They didn't have black, so I just went with the tan color. It doesn't look horrible. I kind of like it. The look of it kind of grew on me. I was considering spray painting this with some high heat spray paint. I know some people do that, but it's probably not going to last very long. But spraying that black just to get the full black look. Could have did tan here, tan Optic, or other stuff just to make everything blend. But I wanted a fully black gun. This This sling is a T-Rex arm sling. It's really for my other rifle. I just don't have another one because I was being cheap. I didn't want to buy another one. And it's easy to just, with the QD mounts, just to take it off and throw it on the other rifle. But I do like it. The only issue I've been noticing with this so far is inserting magazines. Maybe I need to look into other magazines than the regular P-mags. But inserting them, especially when there's rounds in there, doesn't want to insert very easily. You gotta really smack the bottom of it, because if you just kind of jam it in there, sometimes it doesn't go and it won't feed the next round. Other than that, amazing. Now, if you'll see, these are 220 grain subsonics. Obviously don't have ear protection on. It's really not bad at all. I think the concussion here is louder than what's coming out of the muzzle. Try some steel. Yeah, not bad. Now, just a couple questions that I feel like I might get at the end. I don't know, but question one, why did I go with a 7-inch barrel? Just because they had that in stock. I wasn't too dead set on a specific barrel length. This is a 1 7 twist, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that before. Not dead set on a specific length barrel. I just wanted below 9 inches, but more than like 5 or 6. So 7 was in stock. We went with 7. Then possible future upgrades is a flashlight for the side over here. This will most probably turn into the home defense gun. So obviously flashlight just for like nighttime and stuff like that. Any regrets about the 7-inch barrel? A little bit. Be nice to have a little bit more handguard for real estate for stuff, but it's not the end of the world. Make it work. Just train with it and figure out how you gotta do stuff with it, and you won't have any issues, really. Just use your stuff. As much as I've been telling myself that I'm not gonna get any more dead air, that I'm not gonna give dead air any more of my money, just with the way they're handling the whole Sierra 5 thing, I kinda want the Sandman K in black, a little shorter, because if you look right now, this can is longer than the barrel. Looks a little crazy, but it's kinda cool at the same time, but I don't know, what do you think about that one? Let me know. So I am now gonna shut the hell up and get out of your face. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If I earn that subscription, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram over here, because like I said, kind of shadow banned. If you want to help the channel out in any way, gonna put some Amazon links down below. Use those links down below, get a little bit of a kickback. Obviously it's not much, but helps me out, helps me get out here, buy some ammo, shoot some guns, and make videos for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, leave them down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, stay strapped or get clapped.